up, everybody? J Nell here with my UFC 231 prediction video. I did not forget. I wanted to let my recap of the last three events over the past weekend marinate a little bit and then go ahead and do this one. But real quick, see my tree? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, and all that good stuff for everybody. That stuff on the floor, that's not a mess. I'm going to decorate my door and my outside railing as well, and I can't wait. Yay! Okay. Now, let's get into this fantastic event. And not only am I super excited for the not one, but two championship fights that we have here in this event, the entire card is really stacked. I really couldn't tell where the main event started and the prelims ended, so I'm going to go ahead and do 6 picks. The first one I think is the main event of the prelims, but just real quick, I'm choosing Claudia Gadelha to beat Nina Ansaroff. I think now into the main card, I'm choosing Thiago Santos to beat Jimmy Manuwa, and I'm nervous about that pick. That one really has to do with who gets started first. Thiago, I think, needs to close the distance and not be in space, have a higher offensive output, and probably try to take him down, but we'll see how that goes. That's going to be a great fight as well. I am choosing Kyle Boyjanek. Oh, I just looked it up too. To beat Hakeem Dawodu, my bad. That's another one where you might want to take a look at my 15-second predictions and recaps as we go on throughout the week, because I could change my mind on that one. I am going to do a little bit more research on Hakeem, but from what I've seen already, he is longer. He's pretty sharp, but again, so be looking out for that, but I am choosing Kyle. Next up, I am choosing Charles Cowboy Oliveira to beat Gunnar Nelson. Gunnar hasn't fought since July 2017. Ring rust is a real thing. Dominic Cruz proved that with his second fight. He was just so darn good that with his ring rust, he was able to get his belt back in the first. That's all. So not only that, for me, I just never really felt that Gunnar has gotten better. As soon as he developed some kind of punching power, he kind of just stayed there, and Charles has steadily improved and has steadily been fighting. He has control over his cardio now. He has enough jiu-jitsu. I believe he's a purple belt to get back up. He has good takedown defense. He is longer. He has the reach advantage, and I think he'll be able to keep it in space and possibly end it early. This could go the other way. Show me something I haven't seen. Show me some improvement, Gunnar Nelson. I always like to see fighters improve and see a great competition. So prove me wrong, but I am going with the Cowboy on that one. Now, co-main event. And we are seeing, finally, the beginning of the women's flyweight division for real. And we could not have asked for a better fight to kick this division off. And I'm going to name the lady who's had a flyweight division flyweight fight recently. So I'm going to go ahead and say her name first. I'm not quite sure who I should say first. I'm going to go ahead and say her name first. And so we are saying Valentina Shevchenko take on Joanna Jedrzejczyk, the former strawweight champion. I believe she tied Ronda Rousey in title defenses as far as a female champion, period. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But again, that's why I was like, maybe I should say Joanna's name first. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's talk about Miss Joanna. Former champion. Even if you think that the fact that they have had a kickboxing fight before and Valentina won that kickboxing fight, and you think that's how this is going to go, you haven't been paying attention. That was years ago, and they are actually both so much more improved, they don't even look the same. So Joanna, she's got I believe 6 Muay Thai titles, world titles in Muay Thai. She's a Muay Thai practitioner. Again, that's why I mentioned the fact that was a kickboxing fight. This is an MMA fight. So she has fought at this weight class before, but she has been fighting at straw weight. Their measurements are actually the same. I thought Joanna might be small. I think she's going to be thinner, and even looking at her, I definitely think she is a bit thinner, waist-wise, a bit thinner, but measurements, they're actually the same height, reach, leg reach, and all of that. Joanna, I believe, is going to have quicker hand speed for sure. She also has a higher offensive output. I knew that, but I didn't realize how high. She's got literally twice the offensive output as Valentina. So for me, it's really going to be important on who starts first and who gets their game plan going first. And both ladies like to be first. Both ladies take risks. This is going to be a highly skilled, highly explosive fight. Again, measurements the same, but Joanna has quicker hand speed. I think she has more intricate footwork and probably quicker footwork as well. Valentina to me is a bit more accurate, and she also has the punching power edge. Joanna is punches and bunches. She does cumulative damage. However, they say she's got more powerful, that she's gone up in weight class, and that she's going to be hitting a little bit harder now. And even in her strawweight, everyone she fights gets knotted up, bruised up, a little bit of blood, so you know she's hitting them. But again, I would give the power edge to Valentina again. And also Valentina is a bit more accurate, but because Joanna's output is twice as high, I don't think that the fact that Valentina is a bit more accurate is going to have as big of an effect. It depends on her eye. It depends on the adjustments made during this fight. These ladies' camps are going to be a big deal. The game plan here, adjustments during the fight here, because I think they're going to have to work on the fly a little bit because the skill is so high and they are well-rounded. Let's talk about the ground game. Let's talk about closing the distance. I do believe that Valentina is going to come in this fight a bit bigger, a bit thicker. Again, same height, same measurements, but she's a bit thicker. She's coming from the bantamweight division. She made weight just fine in her first flyweight fight. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but I just think that her stature, I think she's going to be used to carrying around that bigger weight. I think she's going to be able, maybe be able to muscle Joanna up against the cage a bit in close quarters and maybe even on the ground. We saw in her submission victory against Pena, which I don't think anyone expected for her to win like that. For her to be able to get the advantage with the grappling, with the wrestling, and to submit her. No one expected that. So, because I think she might be a bit physically stronger than Joanna, I think I might give the ground game advantage to her. Now, I think both ladies are probably going to want to fight this standing up, but if I'm Valentina, I use all my skill set, throw a wrench in the game plan, and I do take it down. I mix that in. I mix in the takedown attempts, even get her thinking about everything. And if I can get the opportunity to press up against the cage, muscle her with the dirty boxing, weigh on those arms, wear her out, I think that's Valentina's way to victory. Use that size, use that physical power, because I think Joanna is going to be faster. Faster body movement, faster hands, faster feet, but less powerful. So, I am choosing Valentina Shevchenko. But let me say, I am okay if whoever wins this fight, I'm going to be so happy. Because as you've known, if you've been paying attention, I love both of these ladies. I'm a fan of both of these ladies. I think they're both perfect examples of what a champion should be. Not only exciting inside the octagon, but doing all of the work outside of the octagon, doing the traveling, doing the media, doing the social media, putting in the extra work that they're not even asked to do, doing the magazines, promoting themselves, while the fitness stuff that Joanna's doing, she's even got her boyfriend along with her doing that. She's kind of leaning into playing kind of the bad guy, making a character for herself. Valentina with the belly dancing and being the sexy little foreigner and all of that. They both have English as their second language, but they're so fluent that they can go in and out and their personality shines through. I don't mind who wins this fight, but I am going with Valentina. Now, main event. Oh my gosh, I haven't been this excited for a fight, I want to say, in years. We are seeing the highest level here. Anything can happen here. We are seeing the UFC men's featherweight champion, Mr. Max Blessed Holloway, taking on Bryan T-City Ortega. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, let's talk about the challenger first. Bryan Ortega is undefeated. I believe he's 14-0. Completely undefeated. He is a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu black belt, still teaches at the academy here in Torrance, California, and big flyweight, although Max is actually a bit bigger in measurements. He's about 2 inches taller and has a 3-inch reach advantage on the hands and on the feet, so he's a bit bigger. I still think that T-City might be a little bit wider and a little bit thicker than he is. They're still both very big for the division. Bryan is a true example of the artistry of mixed martial arts. His jiu-jitsu is gorgeous and can come from anywhere and is very quick, and it's surprising. He weaponizes it in a way like a strike almost. It's so fast, can come from any angle. He has submissions on the ground standing, the one against Cub Swanson where he made the adjustments while riding him standing and submitted him standing. He's so dangerous. The finish rate, someone let me know exactly what it is. I think it's like 8 finishes. The finish rate, he looks for it, has a killer instinct, the attitude, the confidence. He's very strong and powerful. The KO of Frankie Edgar, the mind, the clear calmness of his mind, where he actually missed the first uppercut, measured it, saw it, stepped back, and then kablowy, gave Frankie Edgar his first KO. The mind on Bryan Ortega. True contender. This is so amazing. Let's talk about the champion, who basically cleaned out the division before he even got his title shot. Let's be real. I believe he's like on a 10-fight winning streak, 11-fight winning streak. Defeat Jose Aldo twice. Also defeated Anthony Pettis. I don't know if that was an interim belt. I'm not quite sure what that was. Let me correct me if I'm wrong on that. Oh, so Max blessed Holloway is not just an MMA striker. He is a boxer-striker hybrid. He has the traditional boxing, the traditional head movement, traditional shoulder rolls and defense and angles and intricate, quick footwork. He will have faster footwork. He will have faster hand speed. He will have faster boxing and better boxing technique. He's known as a cumulative damage punches and bunches because he has these 9-10 punch combinations with knees and things intertwined where he will box you up from one end of the octagon all the way to the other. Period. I think he might actually have one-punch knockout power. We just haven't got the pleasure of seeing it yet. Because he's strong. He actually kind of went through like a growth spurt. He's gotten wider in the last 2 years. Shoulders are bigger. Arms are bigger. Face is filled out. They're both really big featherweights and have both talked about moving up in divisions here. This is a fight, both 27, at the beginning of their peaks, and they're already so highly skilled. This fight is a privilege for us. We need to be grateful for this. I actually don't know who's going to win. It can go either way. The only thing I do know, I would bet money on, is that this is going to be an exciting, amazing fight. Now, Max, who starts first? Who gets their game plan off first? We've seen that T-City has developed some boxing, but make no mistake, Max is better at it. More diversity in his skill. He has more tools. He has more different types. He has better punching technique. Again, it's speed plus technique equals power. So I actually think that Max's power will be equal to Bryan's, if not more, because he has the better boxing technique and stand-up game, including the bottom half as well with the feet. So I think Bryan T-City, you need to close the distance. You can slap a submission on from any angle, and your stand-up technique is now respected due to your last win, to where you can mix it in. You can keep Max guessing, but he will be faster than you. So and we know that T-City, at one point, he going in. He going in the range. He going in to get his hands on you. And if that happens, Max is in trouble. And it doesn't matter if he's on the ground or up against the cage. He's going to have to be so selective, not only in how he defends himself, defends the takedowns, but how he moves from transition. Max is used to scrambling out of his way. He's a very good scrambler. But with Bryan Ortega, with his feel for the grappling, he snatches up necks in the scramble, snatches up submissions in the scramble, gets a knee while you're coming up. I think he's better in transition. So they're both going to be on their P's and Q's. The corners are going to be a big deal too. The game plan going in, the adjustments made during this fight. I think they're both going to change game plans, going to have to change how they defend themselves. The corners are going to have to see things that they are not able to see and to be able to communicate that properly. I think the game plans, the corners are going to come in and factor here because they're both so highly skilled. I don't know who's going to win this fight. They got to start first. Max, you got to keep this standing and in space. I know you know how to get up, and if you do get down, get in the close quarters, get up out of there as quick as possible. Use your submission techniques and stuff to get up out of there. Don't try to hang with him anywhere in his range. Get away from him. Even if you got to turn your back and run a couple times, get away from him. Stay away from him. I'm going to stick with the champ. I'm going to stick with Max. But like I said in the last fight and the fights before that, pay attention to my 15-second predictions and recaps because I might renege. Now, happy holidays. And tell me your picks, injury updates. Talk to me, take care, and goodbye.